So why is it so important to understand the y equals mx plus b? Y equals mx plus b. What's so important about that? Look, that particular formula actually guides you when you're lost. Okay? If you have to say what the heck is going on, think about y equals mx plus b. I'm going to show you why in just a second. So we talked about our point slope formula. When you need a point, when you need a slope, if you get one point on this and you need something else, you need your y, you get what I'm saying. If you need one of these, you're going to use this formula, okay? Now, how does this formula and this formula relate to one another? Because they do. They're actually in a very intimate relationship, okay? Basically, all it is pretty much just writing it a different way, okay? Now, I'm going to show you how to get to the standard way from a point slope way, and it's very simple, and it's very easy, okay? So, standard form. I think about everybody has to know their ABCs. There's just a standard in society. Any society that has to be, that's thriving has to know how to read, right? So standards are ABCs. How I remember that formula? AX plus BY equals C. ABC. Alright. So let's say you have a problem, right? And the problem basically states, hey, find this point and put it in standard form, okay? Find something and put this essentially in this standard form. Well, it looks like it doesn't fit, right? Let's try rearranging point slope a little bit. So you have this formula, or, right, you have this formula. Okay? It's the exact same formula. Okay? So let me tell you what I did here. I basically put y in its own vicinity, in its own area, okay? I want y to be on one side, and I want my x's to be on the other side. So what did I do? I took this, and I multiplied it. Okay, I took this and I multiplied it by itself over here to cancel itself out. So x minus x1, right? So I canceled out, and what you do on one side, you got to do to the other. So x minus x1, oh, look at there, m and x, m times x. So I just put it, I redirected that and put it over here. And then you have this right here, okay? You following me? Now, does this look kind of familiar? Y equals mx plus b, right? Anytime you're lost, y equals mx plus b. Alright, so look, there it is, y equals mx plus b. But how does that relate to standard form? I'm going to show you. So, when you solve your equation, if you will, you're going to find that you're going to come up with something like this. So just for the sake of understanding, I'm going to put some numbers here. And let's do this. I'm going to take, so we have our slope and we have a point, okay? So the slope is going to be 4, and then let's say we have 3 and 2 is the point. Okay, so basically all we did here is we just substituted. I'm going to erase this formula real quick. Okay, so basically all I did was just substitute the numbers, pretty much. So what I said was we have a 2, 3 point with a 4 slope. That's all I said, okay? And I just pretty much put it in this equation, alright? So if you look at it real, just by looking at it, if you distribute this 4x minus 8, distribute meaning multiply 4 by x and 4 by 2, you will see that you get 4x minus 8, okay? Y minus 3. Now if you just look at this just for a second, versus ax plus by equals c, alright? You see some connections here, don't you? You see some connections. Well, you may not see them just yet, but I'm going to show you. So how about if I take this 3 and try to get my numbers on one side and try to get my letters on one side? How about if I try to do that? So I'm going to add my 3 on both sides, okay? And then I end up with a negative 5 here, a 4x here, and a y here. Y equals 4x minus 5, okay? Well, I still need to put it in this form. So what do I need to do? Well, it's quite simple. You take your, I'm going to erase this here too. Ooh, that looks bad. Never mind. I'm just going to go underneath. How about that? So we have y equals 4x minus 5. We need it in ax plus by equals c form. So just move this 4 to the other side. You got 4x here. Just subtract it. 4x minus 4x on one side, on the other side. Right? So you have negative 4x plus y equals negative 5. Right? That's the relationship between the two formulas. Alright? Now, it may look complicated, but I'm just going to go very, very simply. I'm just going to break it down very simple for you. You have your problem. You have your equation. And it's written in this form. They have given you information in this form. So you're in the vegetable aisle, right? So the vegetable aisle sends you to the meat aisle, okay? You know y equals mx plus b, right? So you're like, okay, well, let me just solve for what I can solve for, okay? I have these points, so let's just plug them in. Let's just plug them in, and whatever ends up, whatever ends up being on one side, we'll deal with that. We want to put all of our letters on one side. So, we'll just put our letters on one side, and that'll be it, okay? That's simply what we're doing. So we just inserted some points in here that was given to us, by our problem and our slope. And what do? We solve we solve that equation. We put all of our x's and y's on one side, and then on the other side we just put our number, right? And then you get that standard equation.